All right, my friends. Welcome to the Truth Tribe. I'm Dawn Thompson. Thank you all for being here. You are all perfect exactly where you are right now in this now moment. No matter what you're experiencing or going through, you are perfect. There is nothing wrong with you. And I'm going to validate that again tonight. And remember that I love you very much. Okay, so yes, it is my birthday. And you're at my birthday party. So we're going to talk about your sun sign tonight a little bit because that's what the birthday means. It's your birthday when the sun is. So we'll talk about it. But let's go back to last week. It's love month, my friends. And we're in the month of love in Valentine's Day. I'm going to push the whole month love into like a year of love, right? Like this is silly that we've been living the way we've been living, but my husband, he just wished me a happy birthday too. So I love that he's so sweet, right? So what's happening on the earth plane right now, all of you that are right now with me, okay, is yes, it's the planet, right? It's the planet, okay? And what's happening on the earth plane is, thank you all. I'll keep telling you guys thank you and I'll remind you all later, but thank you for the birthday wishes. But what's happening on this collective, we are an entire race of human beings on this earth right now, okay? And so it's an entire collective of an energy shifting that we can watch in the universe. Like we can look up to the planets and get very specific and detailed patterns. I mean, we can get down to it because at the end of the day, astrology is very mathematical. I'm not a big fan of the mathematical type of astrology, but that's what we can do. But what's fascinating about it is you're all feeling this, and you can validate this or not, but you're all feeling this in your body. The body feels this energy shift. Your body feels the shift in energy in things experiences, in pain, emotional sadness, dark thoughts, memories, or simply just exhaustion and like lack of sleep. Maybe you can't sleep. So it's hard to understand when I say nothing is wrong, but energy is shifting. And it's shifting you from sickness and suffering in one way or another to freedom. Okay. And this is what's happening on the collective grid. Okay. The things that you are doing, and everyone's doing it. So it's not one version. Okay. But the things that you're doing to remedy your physical body or your physical reality, as I've shared, you don't need it to grow your consciousness, okay? To grow your peace. Not to say that the things you're doing aren't great buffers to help in your transition, right? For sure, if something feels good, then by all means, my friends, do it. But if something is simply trendy, just to believe in this or to take this or use that, and it creates more fear or discomfort, then trust it's misalignment to you, right? And so people are like, well, what are these things? They're all things. Plant medicine, cold baths. I hate the cold baths. Everyone's like, it's gonna be good for you. No, it's not good for me. I've tried it, I've done it. My husband's a master. I can't stand it. Supplements, food, specific diets, vegan only, carnivore only, fasting only, drinks, hot saunas, running, walking, sleeping, a green drink. A green drink may rock you, and then for the next person disturb completely this person sitting next to you and throw their stomach or whatever and make them feel terrible. What I want you guys to understand is they aren't bad. They are just comforting you while you adjust to the new consciousness levels of energy, frequencies, patterns. So if you haven't noticed, and this is the big aha for all of you, those of you who haven't noticed, most people aren't totally better. No matter how much therapy you do, how many cold plunges you do, no matter how many supplements you take, no matter how many meditations you take, no matter what you do, and I can go on for an hour on the list of things that we have. You put your social media on or some digital device and it's like, we can fix that. No, they can't, or else it'd be fixed. Why? Because it's a padding. And again, it's your transition piece, so it's not wrong. I just want you to understand, if you haven't noticed, most people aren't totally better. something always surfaces to stop you from getting there. Because as I've said a million times, and I'm going to say it again, nothing is wrong with you. Instead of discussing feelings, energy, and patterns, we are taught to avoid them and find another reason for the discomfort than addressing the symptoms and not the root. You're encouraged to use gazillions of things, like gazillions. I mean, there's so many things out there to fix you, right? But they aren't mind, body, spirit. Body, mind, spirit, right? They're still only body-based. And so you're going to get frustrated if you're not addressing your spirit and your mind. And they shake you often, your spirit and your mind, right? To acknowledge your energy patterns, right? So this is what we discussed in the Zodiac Wheel as your medicine wheel class. Those of you who've attended that, those of you who are on the Warrior Pass, the all access pass on my website, you can view any of my classes. If you can't find me, I'll get you in. But viewing a few spots can help you address your energy cycles. So yes, for you, green drinks and running are awesome for you. For someone else, cold plunges and ayahuasca are their thing. And one would not help the other. So we have to start understanding who you are. You are your zodiac blueprint, and it has the information of what calms you and heals your DNA and the codes, the healing codes within you. You can choose high frequency, healthy love, God consciousness for your life, or you can choose a life that is not God love, but conditional probably and controlled and restricted. There's nothing wrong with you, right? The challenge is the external world is relentless with voices telling you that something is, and we're all used to it. Everybody's used to this shit, right? But seeing what's right in your organic soul's truth, right? It's your way out of the dark. So let's discuss the light. Well, we're going to discuss some birthday love. Given that it's my birthday, yes, today is my birthday. I'm showing up for all of you because I want you to understand it's a day. Why? Because my sun, the day you're born, is your sun sign. Where the sun sits in that constellation, it's not just your birthday, but it's your sun sign, right? I'm an Aquarius. And whatever zodiac constellation the sun sits in when you're born, it's your sun sign. It's your birthday. Your sun is where you shine naturally, my friends. Where my sun sits in my chart, I shine naturally doing this. I could teach you guys spiritual, religion, breaking down religion, the astrology, higher learning. All this is like I've done it 50,000 lifetimes. Okay, that's where my sun sits. It's natural. I just shine there. And today being my birthday, so the sun was in constellation of Aquarius on that day I was born. And it's what I came to shine for all of you. Aquarius, which is insight and the collective truth and freedom and breaking the tides of control and breaking out of jail cells, whether it's an illusion or real, right? Which most people are in some elusive jail cell that you're holding yourself in. Breaking through the reality grid of the fucking controlled box matrix. We have to stop going, but it's them out there and that's why they did it, because of them and they're bad people. You have to quit looking outside of yourself. The matrix is an energetic frequency. So it doesn't matter what's happening out there. Your frequency will irradiate or not. We have to look inside of our own matrix, our own energetic grid. So when you look at your sun sign, everybody think about what your sun sign is. It's best for you to understand you are the center of your reality. You all are here to shine your sunlight into all 12 categories of your life, of self-worth, of your money, of your value, of how you speak, of who you are. Not who they are out there, but who you are. Your home, your mom, your security, your offspring, your romance, fun, health, partnerships, business, marriage, change, death, renewal, beliefs, doctrines and beliefs like that, career, father, social, friends, dreams. Your mind and your mental health and your intuition and your spiritual truth all sit in this energy field of you. And your sun is the center. The sun should be shining and illuminating into all 12 I know those were a longer list, but I wanted you to understand that they all fall into these 12 categories. Okay, so your sun should be illuminating into every one of those 12 aspects. Yet, most wait for one day to celebrate their worth. And I'm asking all of you on this call, each of you has a different sun sign. I get that. Are there any Aquarians on here? Let me know. But if your birthday's today, happy birthday to you. I'm asking each of you with a different sun sign and a different month, clearly, to join me on my birthday today, to shine your sun, shine your light all the time. Whether you join me and learn how to shine in all 12 categories on March 23rd in Scottsdale for one day renewal, or you just start figuring out how to shine your light in your life in that category that I mentioned that's weak, frustrating, every single day, no matter where you go. So let's review what high frequency each sun sign could be. So I want you to think about what your birthday is, right? What's your sun? Your personality. I want you to think about when the sun is shining in that sign, right? What are the basics to look at? Well, Aries, when they're shining, they're bold and ambitious and they're driven and they're great leaders. They know how to take charge to do things with confidence. On the low frequency, they can work too much, and that's their obsession of, that's their identity, and that's not true, right? Taurus, they're very strong, they're very stable like a rock. You know, they make people feel safe and secure, and they're great entertainers. The challenge is, right, they can entertain and want to party too much, right? That's a very Taurian trait. Gemini, they can fit in anywhere. They're good at handling different situations and people, but they also can worry about fitting in too much, and then they try to entertain people that they don't need to be entertaining. Cancer, very nurturing caregivers. They take care of others and make everyone feel so loved. The challenge is they can get very snappy if they get nervous that they're not feeling loved. Leo, entertainment, right, is like, they're like magnets. They attract others with their charm and their lively personalities, but then they're the sign of ego, and they can get ego-centered and dramatic if it's not about them, because they don't know that. They're just like, well, what's wrong, right? Virgos, high frequency, when they're shining, they're health conscious. They're the sign of health, and they can see all these small little details to help you. And they like things to be organized and orderly, but the challenge is when they're low frequency, they can miss the big picture if they don't look up. They're always in here and they don't look up. Libra, love and peace and balance. They try to create balanced environments. This is done by being balanced yourself, because they tend to forget to see what balances them, because they're always looking out there to balance someone else first. Scorpio, they're so passionate, right? They see light in the darkest places. They're strong-willed and they do not give up easily. So when they're shining, you want to lean on them or find that Scorpio. They can tackle challenges with such determination. The challenge is they get lost in other people's darkness, and then they don't know it, and then they're stuck. Sagittariuses, you guys are the opportunity finders. You're always positive. You see the bright side of things. They love new adventures. They love seeking expansion, but then they get stuck in their beliefs because they're the sign of beliefs and doctrines. And then so they can get judgy if you don't see their reasoning for their path. Like, this is the way it is. And they're like, well, that's just the way it is. And they forget, right? Capricorns, they're very ambitious and they work hard to achieve what they want, their ambitions in life. They learn to climb by simply leaving a path for the rest. That's their gift. But then they can get super stubborn to change their focus from work to self-love, and they really forget. Aquarius, super creative minds, very inventive, new, fresh ideas that are so avant-garde, that are like off the beaten path. We're like, what? Right? But then they can get too detached and lack emotional connection. Not intentional, they're just out in the ethers. And then you got Pisces, so kind and so caring and so understanding. You guys are so empathetic towards others. Shine that empathy, or at least compassion towards others. Right? But then they can self-sacrifice their light and become lost and wishy-washy because they're giving so much light out, they're forgetting to bring it back in. So I want you all to start paying attention to this because this is a huge aspect for you, right? We don't realize when we're overshining our gifts, too much of something is too much. And so then we want everyone else to act like that. They're not, they're you. They're not you, they're shining their own light, what they're good at. So when you look at yourself, right, you can catch yourself falling into lower aspects of your sun sign or dropping other parts of your life at lower frequencies. Watch that. No matter what external shit show is happening, you have to learn to keep your light on. You're the center and all that aspect is around you. This is Christ-like consciousness, Christ-light consciousness as well. This is living like Jesus. That's why it's called Christ-like. Not wanting, you guys got to remember this, not waiting for Jesus to save your asses. This is a big deal for me, right? Not waiting for Jesus to come grab you after you die because you were a good person. I can crack that distorted delusional belief system in 2 seconds. So we have to watch this because religion, I'm going to tap on it in a minute. This experience is not about, on this planet, the collective you're going through, is not about if you do good, you will get good. Okay, this is if you choose to live your brightest life for you that you came to live in your truth, in your energy field, the truth that comes to you will match that highest good. So if you choose to ignore the lower frequencies in your personality, you're going to attract those lower frequencies. And then, in fact, you're going to say, and you probably all have done this, why do I get this crap coming to me in my life? Because you're avoiding the truth. Some of this low frequency stuff we're just forgetting to discuss, right? It's not a better or worse thing. It's not a good or bad. It's not like you're doing anything wrong, right? So that's my point. We have to watch this because you're not being conscious or awake or aware of the darkness that you still have playing in your energy field. You're either living in the dark and refusing to open a door so your sun can come out and shine in all areas of the life that you're living, right? Or you can allow your sun to show up wherever you go with its gift. But acknowledging yourself is the crucial piece of your sunshine. Your birthday, it's who you are. You chose, my friends, all of you on this call, you chose a specific date, the specific time, the parents, the geographical longitude and latitude location of your birth intentionally before you came down to earth. Can you believe that? You chose to sit on these Truth Tribe calls to awaken your truth, to stop blaming every external person, everything, every headline, every piece of kale that didn't work, every meditation, every shaman, every healer, every politician and friend and doctor and spouse, etc. You chose to quit blaming all of them outside of you to determine if you're going to live your brightest, best life by having the understanding you can look at your personality grid. Now, you can absolutely live with the blinds on, with your blinders down, with the blinds down, and you're in your room and none of the blinds, these 12 aspects of your life, you don't have to put them up. Or you can sit there and live in a state of criticism and resentment and fear and anger and shame and control and lacking any power because you're still believing it's the external world having control over you, right? Linking your life to anything externally that will allow you to be more, right? You have to understand you cannot do that. It's not going to allow you to be more than an illusion in your own reality, showing you a part of you. That's all it is. What you're seeing is the illusion of a part of you that you have to heal. It's like a movie script that you're reading, or like a computer program that constantly gets updated to what it wants you to do, so it has new settings, right? So you can choose to live your computer program to the highest frequency and settings that support you because you have a map. Or you cannot update those settings and not upgrade your settings and get frustrated with the dragging slow speed of light that's not working for you, just like a computer would go. So I'm going to suggest to all of you to consider on my birthday, all of you, it's your birthday too. Okay, today it's all of your birthdays. All right, and whatever it It's in your highest frequency of your sign to step into it. Shine your light on every 12 aspects of your reality, because those realities are your relationships. You are in a romantic, emotional, confident relationship with money, health, wealth, emotions, spiritual, everything in your life. And your relationship with all these things reveal how you shine your confidence and yourself in each of these areas of your life. They are all a reflection of you internally. So if you're struggling with your family, with your communication, with your health, health has kind of been coming up because people are freaking out about, like, I don't feel good, right? I get it. So if you're struggling to simply receive, right, you're living in a lower frequency of childhood programming. Or you're choosing to, you have an option to choose to live in your upper frequency of your grown-up sunshine. So you have that inner child, and then you have the grown-up sunshine. All of you, I don't care what age you are, you could be 90 and still make this shift. Your high-low frequencies are very much rooted. Y'all ready for this one? This one's going to blow your mind. They're very much rooted in 16 to 14 generations of epigenetics from your past lives. Epigenetics is the epigene. It's the higher gene. It's the emotional gene of what your ancestors programmed into their emotions, and then they brought them down through the DNA into your own genes. So think of it this way, their emotions are in your energy field until you choose to raise your frequency. So your 14 generations of ancestors are sitting in your energy computer program, reminding you how they felt. So someone asked, repeat that your frequencies, right? The high-low frequencies of your emotions, right? Your power comes from your ancestors as well. It's not just darkness from your ancestors. They have all this power that you got out of them. So your high-low frequencies are rooted in 16 to 14 generations of epigenetics. Those are like I said, the emotional genes that are associated with your physical DNA genes. So think of this. So your 14 generations of ancestors prior to you are sitting in your energetic computer program, reminding you how they felt. This is not for you to step into this reality system and then start blaming your parents or family for not feeling better about themselves and then handing you the same version to you. I can't believe they did this to me. You picked them. Because if you don't address your inner demons, you will be, y'all ready for this, the 15th generation feeling like you're repeating their unwanted lower frequency in your own life. And then your children will be the 16th generation until they, somewhere in your children, find the one warrior in their family, right, to step up and say no. Or as someone just commented, hell no, to this cycle. It will continue until someone steps up and says hell no. So this awakening on the planet right now is because many of you came, I know all of you on this call are truth warriors, to start cutting the chains of bullshit so everyone in your past and everyone in your future will be free from any low self-worth, any low self-value, any low, most of all, self-love. You are here to cut the chains from not living your shiny, beautiful life and start shining today as if it's your birthday. So on my birthday, you all are going to act like it's your birthday today, to shine your brightest light. It's the greatest form of self-love, my friends, that you will ever experience. And we are in the month of learning to love yourselves. Remember that. So find your sun and shine that gift into every part of your life. Simply, if you don't know a lot about astrology, like I said, you can go onto my website, go to ideserveitnow.com, tap on tools. There it is, free birth chart. Run your own birth chart and learn about your sun and where it sits and your personality, or just Google, I'm a Gemini, and Google that. What are the gifts? What are the positive traits of Gemini? I'm a Capricorn, I'm a Virgo, I'm a Cancer, whatever you are, right? Find that in you. All right, so does this make sense? As simplified as I'm making this down to be, your sun, you chose to be this beautiful light and we dim it. Remember, you are all lighthouses, and a lot of you, you have 12 aspects around, you have 12 windows around your lighthouse. most of you have all the damn blinds down. No, today you're gonna pull up the blinds on every window on 12 personality traits of yourself. Even if it scares the ever-living shit out of you, you're gonna do it anyway. So you cut those generational cords and say, I got this. Okay? All right, let's hop real quick. You're gonna make even more sense now that we're talking about the planetary update, because it matches all of this, right? So it's true, we are officially in this age of Aquarius, right? With 4 planets right now that are in the sign of the water bearer, which is what the Aquarius rules. It's a man and he's holding this cornucopia of water. The water is not, it's not a water sign, it's actually an air sign, and he's pouring out knowledge, okay? So Aquarius is all about knowledge and knowing, right? And so on Friday, the 9th, there's a new moon in Aquarius. So we have the sun in Aquarius. Okay, we have the moon on Friday in Aquarius in the same energy. Then Pluto, as we talked about last week, moved into Aquarius, the planet of the underworld, darkness, as well as Mercury, the heavenly messenger. It brings information out from the ethers and it travels it onto you. So it's like this big cosmic party in Aquarius right now, okay? So with so much energy in Aquarius, then I'll tap into a little bit more on why we're in the age, right? But with so much energy right now in this, rebellious sign of Aquarius, anything can happen, right? So there's no ideal plan, there's no dream, there's no experience that you're dreaming of that's too far-fetched with this Aquarian energy. So you've got to know that when Dawn's asking me to dream big, she doesn't mean big. She means like 10 to 100x that big. That's why I did this class, because I make everybody in this retreat 10x their blessings, 10x their frequencies, 10x everything to the next level, right? So nothing you can dream of right now during this Aquarian window, especially this new moon, it's like reaching for the moon and the stars. That's like small fry. This magical new moon promises you the galaxy, the quantum, okay? That's what it's asking you to really tap into. And again, you can go look at your chart and see where Aquarius sits in your chart. But with Aquarius, I want you all to understand something, why everybody's feeling so like, I'm good, I'm not, I'm hot, I'm cold. A lot of you might be feeling a ton of anxiety. My anxiety's been off the charts, then it shuts off. Then I'm like, oh, I'm okay. Then it's off the charts and I'm okay. I'm like, weird, right? Then when I go do these calls for you guys, then I'm like, oh, no wonder, right? And being in Aquarius, I have like 4 planets in Aquarius. It's a lot of energy for me, okay? So as Aquarius, you wouldn't think it being an air sign, being movement. It's a fixed sign. So it has the ability to be very adaptable. Why? Because it's the change sign, very adaptable to change. It's used to change. It's so used to crickets and chaos, silence and fast. And so it's so used to that. It's very open-minded. It's very progressive, right? But it's also the sign known for being inflexible. And this isn't a bad thing. When you have all this in and out energy, inflexibility means consistency, safety, stability. So when you look at the fixed signs, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus, those are your fixed signs. So people tend to lean on those signs because they're very stable. They don't move easy, right? So it's just the sign that is the yin and yang of the same coin. The easy to move, open-minded, but yet controlled and stable in that open-mindedness. So it only becomes a problem for all of you when change shows up, right? And it comes along and we're literally like, yes, I want to change. And you go in truly rebellion Aquarius style, but then we resist the change or we refuse to budge out of what it's asking us to change, right? Choosing a new path. Aquarius is supporting your new path. So when something shows up, trust it, okay? With Uranus now, in addition, so here's the moon and the sun. So here's the moon and then here's the sun sitting on top of it. Okay, new moon and the sun. Then you've got over here in a square, over here and here it is, okay? you have a square angle, and here's Uranus, the ruling planet of Aquarius. There's so much Aquarius energy out there, no wonder people are having anxiety. Like, it's crazy, right? So the ruling planet of Aquarius now started moving forward. It was in retrograde, so we're going backward for a long time. Now it's moving. So it's going to create all these unavoidable surprises, unpredictable events. Now everybody goes doom and gloom on this. And my answer is this could be really good. But most of the time you have to let go of what's in hand. And this is where it's saying, if you refuse to change and let go, that change is going to be like you're getting dragged down the street, as opposed to just standing up, let go, and walk. Okay. And so it's so essential that you developed an adaptable attitude right now, so that you don't end up in like this tailspin of anxiety, because it's what it's going to feel like. A lot of you can comment, but it's probably what you're feeling, right? So Uranian energy can put us in this space full of like stressful uncertainty if you're not used to it. Clinging onto an old pattern, not because it's good for you, but because you're just familiar with it, okay? And so with this in mind, this Aquarian new moon is going to urge you to let go, to step outside of the status quo, to roam outside of your comfort zone, and to set yourself free, right? Because ultimately, you guys, the highest value of Aquarius is freedom, right? Freedom from within a relationship, freedom from within your profession, freedom to travel, freedom to create your own, maybe just work hours, right? To build a community of like-minded souls, freedom to choose a life that is most unique and aligned to you, freedom to choose your own healthy lifestyle that is healthy for you, freedom to choose, you know, how you want to parent your children that is not traditional. Most Aquarians would not parent their children traditional. Freedom to live your DNA blueprint of truth, which is not going to be the same as everybody else. So this is the ultimate gift of this new moon, and it will last for months. Okay, so when you're setting your intentions, this next few days, it can start already. I did it today on my birthday. Promise yourself that you won't cling to old ways. Okay, that you will align with the divine will of your chart, your personality, of who you came to be and who you came to shine as. That, keep this in mind when then at the next point you're like, I chose who I want to be. When the bumps and the boulders that you encounter on your path, or you know, when you're leading down the path and you hit something, right, know that it's leading you to a new path that's best suited for your soul's highest, most best badass good, even if it's anxiety provoking at first. Okay, so to get your light shining in all your relationships, it's easier, my friends, to do so by understanding your blueprint of your personality and why you attract every relationship you do, and how to raise the frequency to healthy love, right? So I'm letting you all know word seats are starting to kick in and we're getting low. So grab your seat to the Truth Warrior Retreat today. I have a $200 discount. Remember the discount coupon code, and it's only good for the first 10 signups. So grab it while you're in the know. So all capital letters, TWS, Truth Warrior Series, TWS, the word early bird and 20, all one word, TWS, early bird 20. I'll drop it in the Zoom. If not, find me. If you want it, I will get you the code. Okay, you even have a BFF, a friend. I want to bring a friend code. If you guys really want to bring a friend with you, I'll give you the extra discount of 200. Okay, so my friends, I've laid out the astrology. I've laid out your ability to shift your entire reality. I've laid it all out for you. Small steps or an entire day and clean the slate steps. It's all there, but you aren't getting out of it. Okay, everybody tap in here. I am courage, I am love, I am truth. I am courage, I am love, I am truth. Let's step into Aquarius. I know courage, I know love, I know truth. I know love, I know courage, I know truth. Okay, those of you in the Q&A, I want you to share where you're feeling you're stuck in your habits of being like inflexible. Like, you know, you have to let go of something in your past, but you're feeling like you're holding on. Okay. Any questions, you guys, feel free to tap them in. By the way, all of those of you who have been sharing the happy birthdays, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. My hubby is going to take me out to dinner in a little while when we're done. So he's been spoiling me, just so you all know, he's spoiled me. and he's done a good job. So he's a good man to follow for if you need hubby advice. So this question just came in. It says, is your sun the only thing that affects your frequency? No, it is not, but it is the best place to start if you don't know a whole lot about who you are, about your personality. It's a good question because it's what we address, you have to address all parts of your chart because you chose that basically blueprint, okay? And it's a big blueprint. And so as each, on each call, I'm going to be addressing different parts of your chart, different signs, different personalities. So if you know your chart or you want to download that free copy, as I mentioned earlier, go onto my website to ideserveitnow.com, tap on tools, you'll see free birth chart, okay? And you can bring that to all the calls. It's not going to be as in-depth as all my live courses, but it's enough to get you going, this is interesting about myself, okay? I don't want to carry this ancestral history. I'm going to bring up what parts of your chart, where past lives sit, who you're dealing with in those past lives. It all sits in there, okay? And so you can see what house or category that you shine your sun in, right? My sun is up in printing and publishing and writing and teaching spirituality and belief systems. So it's easy for me to do that, right? So is it a lot of work? Sure, but it's still easier than doing other things like, I don't know, things that I don't enjoy. So it's not just your sun, right? But it's easy to avoid these low parts by overdoing our sun sign because it's where we shine, right? So I suggest you shine your sunlight in all categories and not just the category where you feel most confident to shine, because you can be, bright in 9 out of the 12 areas of your life, and then the other 3 take you down in an instant, right? So it's not just your sun. Okay, the next one says, I seem to be holding on to self-sacrifice even as I had planned time for myself. This is big because this person that I know is making this comment is a Pisces. They're the sign of self-sacrifice. So there's an aspect of each of us that has to go, wait, my shining as a Pisces is bringing spiritual and gifts and information. They're incredible private investigators. They love research and information. That's wonderful. Hand it over and then stick back in your power. But that's just where we have to ask ourselves, is this a big deal or not? Okay, fighting to refill my well, find a new plan. Again, it's going to push you guys. This energy is going to push you out of your comfort zone, whether you like it or not. All of you. There's not one single sign in the zodiac. I'm an Aquarius. I'm used to hot and cold, in and out, shifting of bullshit in my life, and then back in, and you're like, wait a minute. I'm used to it, and it still freaks me out. Okay, so that's a big deal. All right, so someone else is sitting here asking, it says, can you explain how the age of Aquarius is here? I mentioned that earlier. Okay. So let me simplify this down. Okay. So there's the age of Aquarius, and then there's the generation of Aquarius. Pluto was our wake-up call. Okay. Pluto was our wake-up call to see it coming, to see the age of Aquarius coming. But the age is happening not for about another 50-ish years or more, but it's so close because the age of Aquarius is 2,000 years long. So if you're trying, right, if you're trying to use exact numbers, which astrology can and is possible, if you're going to go off of those numbers, right? But the best answer is we've been in the age of Pisces for 2,000 years, which is religion, the fish, fishing, Jesus, right? All that kind of energy, the age of believing, religion, okay? Now we're leaving the age of Pisces, and now Pluto has moved into Aquarius for 20 years. So it's like walking us in to the next 2,000 years, where our Earth, right, the Earth's axis is now shifting into the constellation of Aquarius, or a 2,000-year stint of the planet sitting in the age of Aquarius. Okay, so this is really more prep time for the coming of the knowing over believing, because Aquarius rules knowledge and knowing. And Pisces that we're leaving was about believing, even if it was stupid beliefs, even if it was believing and it was believing of blind belief. Okay, now we're stepping into the knowingness of truth, trusting what we believe, our faith, our soul, and then knowing what we believe, not holding on to beliefs that aren't healthy, but beliefs that are in our soul, in our blueprint, and Aquarius rules, astrology, the universe, the galaxy. Okay, so it's going to require all of you as we move forward between Pluto, between the age, depending on your own age, it's going to require you to know you. Okay, so this will be the rest of my life on this earth teaching you how to know your truth, how you understand who you are. And sometimes it's going to be a ton where you download, you're like, I got it, like it, I could do that. And then there's going to be days, weeks, months, years where you're like, I can't stand that part of myself and I wish I could overcome it. And you don't want to admit you're vulnerable or you're insecure or you're weak there. And here's the tip off to all of you. There's not a single soul on this earth plane that didn't come in with weak spots. And I can show you that. So again, jump into the retreat on March 23rd. If not, you can go sign up on the waiting list in Denver as well. If you're in Denver, by the way, we're having one in Denver. Does that make sense, my friends? Does it help you understand that each one of these little symbols is just an aspect of yourself to see how can I raise my frequency in that area, or am I sitting low? And she just shared with us, look, I keep self-sacrificing on the lower frequency of Pisces, and I have to, instead of fighting time, as she said, to refill her well, she's got to step into a different aspect of herself, which is having her well so full with scheduled, let's say, you time, self-love time, that there's no way to get around it because it's already scheduled and planned, where you're leaving it open. Does that make sense? You're leaving it open to be interpreted, so you are drawn out. That's a typical Pisces. Okay, so again, that's a blessing. All right, my friends, I'm gonna call, let's see, yes, happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate all the birthday wishes to all of you. So I'm just gonna close out real quick with, remember, we have a 1-day live retreat happening. We will be doing Scottsdale, Denver, and I'm having issues with Florida, so we'll talk about that later. I'll bring it up in the next couple of weeks. I should get it pinned down. But our 1-day live March retreat, March 23rd, 1 full day, sunny Arizona, early bird discount, 200 off, TWS early bird 20. If you need help, you need questions, just contact me, DM me. You all know how to find me. I've added it to all my platforms, so it's not hard to find on my website or anywhere else, okay? But if you're listening to this live after session on YouTube or Spotify or one of the digital devices that you're listening after the fact, remember to like and follow these and or share with everyone so you can bring your friends. This is what I want. We have to bring ourselves into knowingness. And the only way that happens is by you helping yourself to know you, so you can share that with someone else and go, wow, you don't know you, but I know how to help you. That's how we help each other. Doesn't make anything wrong with you. You're all freaking amazing, and you know that. Okay? So remember, as always, I love you all. I wish you all the brightest blessings. Find me if you have any questions. I thank you for joining me tonight on my birthday. Thank you for the birthday party and celebrating with me. You are all wonderful. I love you all, brightest blessings, and I will see you on Monday. Thank you.